Hello, what's up, what's up? Right now I'm going to react on some videos, so let's start right away.
Risky.
This video is about the scene that killed The Walking Dead. I saw it before, and this this video is pretty hilarious. Let's watch.
And T-Dog go to fill up some water from one of the wells. And it turns out there's a zombie in it. Wait, what? I thought this whole place had a fence to keep out the zombies. How long has it been there? Well, at least now the characters have something to do.
Put a bullet in its head.
Whoa, guys. No.
Why not?
It's a stupid plan. If that thing hasn't contaminated the water yet, blowing its brains out will finish the job.
What?
She's right.
Yeah,
Get risky.
I'm already
What?
knowing
Really? We can't shoot
what
it because
will
it'll infect
the
the
author
water.
will say.
Do any of you seriously believe that it's not already infected? Are you seriously implying that if you can get it out of the well without shooting it, then the water's perfectly fine? Really? It's been bathing and bleeding and possibly shitting in there for you don't even know how long. And you're saying that the only reason you can't shoot it right now is because you're worried it will contaminate the well even further. And everybody
Yeah, they just should have abandoned this well and move on because it's it's already quite dirty. The water is in this well, obviously. So the movie logic doesn't matching the real world logic, apparently.
seems to unanimously agree with this argument.
She's not going for it.
We need live bait.
Ah! It's over. It's over. It's not getting any better. This show's done. It's ruined. It's gone. There's no saving it. This is the most retarded scene of all time. This is the most legitimate reason you could ever have for leaving the show entirely. Let's just repel the Asian kid down. Nothing could possibly go wrong. I mean, we all recognize that there's a bit of danger, but we pretty much have to do it because there's no way that we can kill the zombie. That would infect the well. Really? You're not gonna say anything, Dale? Fucking Dale, the voice of reason. You know, there's a certain amount that you can just chalk up to characters being stupid, especially in a fucking zombie show, but this is seriously crossing the line. This is no longer set on planet
that's
Earth.
too stupid,
there is no
actually.
group of
It's
people
just too
on
much.
this fucking planet that would do this. We are now on a different planet where everyone's brains have been replaced by mashed potatoes. That would actually make more sense. Yes, this is a perfectly normal and logical thing to do, and despite there being an amount of risk, it is well worth the payoff of not infecting the fucking well. Oops! Quick, let's get him back up by pulling on this rope really fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 arm lengths, and this is the speed that you're moving. What if Glenn died? Glenn was a kind fellow, and through his extremely preventable death, he will always be remembered as someone who treated people very well. Well, at least he got the rope on the zombie, somehow. Just fucking magically. And it looks like you've also finally figured out to attach the rope to its body and not its fucking neck to hoist it up, because it seems as though that wasn't the original plan. Come to think of it, why did you guys even make a head-sized loop to begin with? Why didn't they just make a lasso big enough to loop his whole body and then throw it down? It seems a lot more rational than sending down a fucking person. Whatever, they're pulling him up now. God damn it, Lori, there's already one person guiding the horse. And just look at that horse's relaxed posture. You two are literally not helping at all.
Yeah. So the well is basically just not worthy anymore, even more. So yeah, that was the bad idea from the start. Just starting doing some shit with the zombie and spending some energy on it and trying to pull this zombie up.
Oh no, now the well's infected. Only now can we not drink any of the water from the well. I wonder why this completely illogical, out of character, and out of place scene took place. Oh, right. Without this scene, there would literally be no zombies in the entire fucking episode. Looks like we filled the quota for today.
Yeah, quota. Exactly. So yeah, the next week. Let's watch some. Florida is not in America,
This-
about the extinct species and all of these stuff. So when Florida was Africa, wait. I watched it. I watched it before. Yeah. Let's watch the coldest village on Earth. I assume that is in the Oymyakon, Russia, right? That is the coldest living place on Earth, except of the Arctic, I think, Arctic research bases.
A frozen wolf. If you don't move,
Frozen wolf?
you freeze.
What the fuck? He just mummified instantly.
Imagine
Holy
a
shit.
village where temperatures drop as low as minus 71.2 degrees Celsius. Here, spending just a few extra minutes outside can lead to frostbite, the loss of a limb, or even end of life.
Is it frostbite?
After staying outside for just over 15 minutes, my nose turned white, ice crystals began forming inside the cells, and the tissue started to die. If I had
That's
stayed out 5
deadly.
minutes
Holy
longer, my nose
shit.
would have suffered permanent tissue damage.
I really hate cold. I absolutely hate cold. I live in the place where the minus 30 or minus 40 is the pretty much usual temperature in the winter. So I experienced the severe cold, and I cannot imagine the minus 71 and minus 98. Okay, that's Fahrenheit. That's minus 71 Celsius cold. That's just beyond rational, beyond everything type of cold.
When people breathed outdoors, it would sound like dry grass rustling behind them. That was the sound of warm breath
Yeah, Oymyakon.
turning into tiny ice
I'm hearing the
crystals.
Russian speech.
I'm in the coldest inhabited place on Earth at the coldest time of the year. This is Oymyakon. Just to stay alive,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
wearing
yeah,
more than
I guess
20
that's
layers
right.
of clothing, weighing nearly 14 kilos. Stepping outside from a warm 30 degrees Celsius home means facing a temperature drop of over 100 degrees. That's why I'm also wearing gloves, boots, pants, and a coat, all made from reindeer fur. And even that's not enough. And now I'm about to show you what life is like when simply going outside becomes a
Yeah, simply going outside is a torture, and I mean exactly the torture, because you have to pull so much clothes every freaking time when you are going outside. That's just too much. I really don't like the local winter here.
battle for survival. Within seconds outside, ice crystals start
What are you doing, man? Just put the freaking hat on your on your head. Even with the more or less not that cold temperature, if it is like 0 degrees, you have to put the hat to prevent yourself from the any head injury which is connected with cold. You just don't want your brain to freeze. Okay, that's the obvious thing. That's most obvious and must have thing should be done when you are in the cold environment.
forming on the eyelashes, and the skin starts to sting. The village feels like it's been abandoned.
The cold burned my finger.
The cold doesn't just affect
Cold
people
burn
and
is
wild
a real
animals.
thing.
It stops everything from
Okay,
functioning. Phones don't
he actually put the head, thanks God.
work properly and often shut down. Cars left outside freeze in just a few hours. Since the ground is always frozen, no fruits or vegetables can grow here. We boarded a plane in Moscow, flying east for 7 hours to Yakutsk. From there, we covered an 18-hour, 900-kilometer road trip. It's 2 a.m. and we finally arrived at the coldest village in the world. The thermometer reads minus 60.5 degrees Celsius. When we stepped out of the car, it felt like we were on another planet.
It's exactly another planet.
The hairs in our
Yakutia.
nose were frozen, and we felt them prick with every breath.
Even the Russian Empire couldn't capture the Yakutia fully the Rikutia always rebelled, and so it's actually succeeded here. But really long time, the Yakutia remained quite independent even during the Russian Empire times. So I can see why the conditions are too harsh for the invaders to actually invade.
It makes us cough uncontrollably. Oymyakon is home to around 800 people, spread across 1.5 square kilometers. Seeing anyone else outside is almost impossible, as if time itself has frozen in this place.
It's really cold. We are walking for about 15 minutes.
Everything
As you see, my
is
friends'
covered
eyelashes
in
are full of
snow,
ice.
just in
You can see
seconds.
another ice droplet on
Oh
his upper lip.
shit.
Oymyakon, our land surrounded by mountains. It gets brutally cold here. The temperature drops to minus 63 degrees Celsius or even minus 64 degrees Celsius. Because Oymyakon is located in a basin, there's hardly any wind. The cold just settles in and stays.
In this region, the ground stays frozen all year round. This layer of frozen earth is called permafrost, and it can reach hundreds of meters deep. To survive the cold, the villagers built a central heating system. A single
That's a
coal-powered
frost
boiler
pump.
sends heat to most homes through pipes.
In real
The system
life,
must run
it's a literally frostpunk.
non-stop.
shit.
Even a short failure puts everyone at risk. The interiors of
course.
the houses differ from traditional village homes. Heating pipes connected to the central boiler run through the rooms to keep the houses warm. To build on the frozen ground,
that's
thick
crucial.
wooden beams are first laid down to create a flat base. Then, the main logs go on top. A 30-centimeter thick subfloor is added, followed by insulation, and finally, the finishing floor. Each wall is made of 7-layered materials. There's wood on the outside, then basalt wool as the main insulation barrier, then plaster, mesh, foam insulation, another layer of plaster, and finally, a wooden panel inside. The windows are triple glazed, forming a vital barrier against the bone-chilling temperatures, and the attic is insulated with sawdust and soil. Combined with a stove or heating system, this setup keeps the
Simple from
residents
outside,
warm.
but
In nearly every building,
pretty
the entrance
complicated
rooms are intentionally
inside.
left unheated.
Okay.
We freeze everything in the front room.
Look at this refrigerator, natural.
Here, I have frozen milk and frozen meat that I store in the cold.
As you can
Yeah,
see,
you just have to put the milk and put the all of the other stuff outside to keep them frozen, because it's just not really necessary to even have the freezer at home. I mean, it's more convenient, I guess, but it's just fine to not have the freezer here.
these first two rooms at the entrance used for storage and as a refrigerator.
These unheated rooms also serve as a buffer against the freezing cold.
You can see ice and snow covering the interior of the room, especially the ceiling.
In Oymyakon, the day begins early. Yevdokia is already at the barn. Cattle farmers here wrap a cloth around the cow's udder to protect the sensitive tissue from frostbite and to keep it clean.
The udder isn't at risk of freezing anymore, but once the milk starts flowing, we have to be careful.
Because of the extreme cold in Oymyakon, no water pipes run to the buildings. They would freeze almost instantly. The cows must step out into the cold every morning and make their way to the river to drink.
Oh,
One by one, they step into an icy hell, moving quickly, knowing they must return before the cold
That's
becomes
indeed
too
hell.
harsh. Their hair became crusted with ice almost immediately.
This part of the river is not frozen because it is coming fresh from the mountain. Underground spring water meets with river and keeps this part of the river unfrozen.
Then all of a sudden, my whole face went numb. I couldn't move the muscle on the left side, like I was having facial paralysis. When my nose started freezing, Yevdokia noticed right away.
oh,
Is it frostbite?
Yeah.
The cold shrinks the blood vessels
Holy
and eventually reduces
shit.
blood circulation. Without enough warmth, water inside each cell freezes into ice crystals, causing the cells to rupture and triggering a stabbing pain and tissue to die.
You should cover your face like this.
oh my fucking god! The frostbite is a real big issue here. Yeah. I really felt so much pain when I was going outside. When it was like even minus 20, your hands are really much hard, but when it is minus 30, minus 40, that's just too harsh conditions to even go outside for a long time.
Walk while covering your face.
Oh gosh.
Be careful, or it might turn black.
From this point on, until the end of the documentary shoot, I won't be able to stay outside for more than 10 minutes at a time.
For more 10 minutes outside at a time. That's so true.
Already frostbitten nose could get even worse. But as the documentary progresses and the temperatures drop even further, we'll be pushing our limits to show you what survival here truly demands.
Here is the cure. This is aloe and just alcohol. You soak it like this and apply it to the area that's frozen. And don't rub it, okay? Otherwise, you'll damage the vessels in the capillaries, and it'll lead to sore.
And she's just casually standing here with not too much clothes put on. She's built for that weather. Tough Yakut girl, woman, respectively.
Clothes in the yard. Within just minutes, they completely froze solid.
Her clothes are completely frozen. My hands are freezing.
You're freaking destroying the house, stop
She
it.
headed into the barn to milk the cows.
I keep Yakut cows because they produce really high-quality milk. The fat content can reach 7 to 8%.
As you can see, there are some ice and snow covering the ceiling, but here is warm. The sides are also covered in snow. You can see some droplets from the ceiling. It is because of the humidity.
The air is thick with the smell of hay, warm milk, and livestock.
Now we are going to meet a horse master.
We're about to see the wild Yakutian horses in their natural habitat.
Mikhail,
Ruhi.
here are the Yakut horses. The conditions here are so harsh that only they have been able to adapt.
What is the temperature today?
It's somewhere around minus 50 degrees Celsius here. It's also hard to be outside for a long time.
It's really
We have a
hard.
system of
It's
fences in the open
absolutely
area.
hard to
They
be
mostly
outside.
graze freely.
Or
These
any
Yakutian
time,
horses
actually.
don't need heated shelters, as they can endure minus 70 degrees Celsius outdoors, day and night.
Unlike regular horses, they are short. This also helps them to stay outside during winters, because short body means it can radiate heat to a smaller area. Their body looks very puffy, very rich in fat and round. This is because of their thick fur.
Hey, with horses.
Also, their horseshoes are very tall, allowing them to stand on this freezing ground very long time. They're not captured. They just being fed here. Their body means food. This is horse meat. They eat it here. As you can see, it got a lot of fat. This is long a packet of a horse meat.
I first thought that the horses there are eating meat, but that was just horse meat.
It was ordered and it's going to be sold to a customer.
This large pile of hay has been stored since summer. It's the main food supply for the horses during winter. Mikhail offered us a taste of his horse's meat and liver, which is only eaten raw and frozen in this region.
Raw horse meat.
It's full of vitamins and good stuff. Since we don't have fruit or vegetables here, we get our vitamins from meat.
All vitamins from meat.
I can't feel the taste of it because it is frozen.
This is the liver.
In Oymyakon, daylight lasts only about 4.5 hours in January. It's 3 p.m. now.
It's
As
a
darkness falls, we're
light
calling it a
snack.
day.
You know Oymyakon. Oh shit.
Before cars, animals like horses, cattle, and of course reindeer were used for transportation.
Reindeers are very important in this region, not just for transportation, but also for its meat, skin, and also milk.
About half a kilometer beyond the village center, frozen forest of Oymyakon begin. In this village, most people herd animals for a living, but for those like Ivan, hunting becomes the main source of income.
I am a man of the forest. These lands are my hunting grounds, and here is my tent, my home.
He's making fire now. We need this fire because it is too cold here.
We must walk on the path. The ice underneath is thin.
We made our way to the frozen river to check the fishing net he had set the day before. Yvonne warned our cameraman just in time. He was about to step onto a cracked patch of ice. One wrong step could cause him to fall into the water.
Oh, hey!
And get wet.
In the winter, when it was just as cold,
you don't
my
want
dad was
to
out riding
be
his
wet
horse in the woods. He
during
fell through the ice
during
and
the
started
winter. I remember the one case when I was a kid and I was in the just a little lake with my former friend. We was just playing, and my friend suddenly wanted to go deeper to the lake, and he actually suddenly he was actually not he was actually the chubby guy, and when he stepped a little further to the lake by the glacial shattered, and he fell down. The depths wasn't that actually too deep, otherwise that would be a really big trouble, but he was just fine after. Wait, I just accidentally pressed it. Sorry.
Check the fishing net he had set the day
yeah.
before. Yvonne warned our cameraman.
What I was talking about. So yeah, the friend wasn't that kind of injured, but really much spooked actually, because yeah, he was wet and it was quite cold. It was like -15, I think, ish. It wasn't too cold, but it was spooky actually, and his phone went wet, and yeah, that wasn't the best outcome here. But what did he expect of just going to the frozen lake with barefoot, with not that much thick ice?
And just in time, he was about to step onto a cracked patch of ice. One wrong step could cause him to fall into the water.
Oh, hey!
And get wet.
In the winter, when it was just as cold, my dad was out riding his horse in the woods. He fell through the ice and started freezing right away. Realizing that there was no warm shelter nearby and no chance of rescue, he made the decision to shoot himself to avoid a slow, painful death.
Oh, some more special ones. It's already frozen.
Our gear was already struggling to work in this temperature, and now this frozen lens is useless, and we'll have to give up on it. To get the net, he's removing the ice from the hole using a small shovel. The fish remained alive for only a few seconds after touching the freezing air.
The water was warm, but now on the surface, this fish is shocked. It's completely frozen.
To make it easier to cut, he's warming the frozen fish by
Okay, man. I just saw your reply. So yeah. I mean, I'm kind of interested, but still, I'll just do it by myself for now. Yeah, thanks for the suggestion, though.
rubbing it with his hands. He's carefully slicing it into thin pieces.
Frozen and raw wild fish. When it's frozen, you feel like you're just eating an ice.
You should eat with salt. Fish are loaded with vitamins in the winter.
Inside the tent, it's warm, but as you see, the outer part is completely frozen.
He's feeding the fire. That
sharing some of the fish to nature.
Oh, spirit of nature, accept our gift. Bless us with a successful hunt and grace us with the abundance of your land.
According to his shamanic belief, he must keep the spirit of the hunt satisfied, or next hunt, he might come up empty. We're heading into the wilderness. Yvonne wants to hunt something big. Looks like something's been through here. There are footprints and little patches of urine left behind.
Look, roe deer tracks.
We're getting close.
Roe deer?
Because I stayed out in the cold for more than 10 minutes, I've started to feel numbness in my nose again. I have to be more careful.
I don't feel my...
Yeah, just come back. Come back, man. That's not worth it.
From that side, it ran towards the forest. That's where I'll set the trap.
He hopes to catch a large animal.
Isn't worth your nose.
The hunter knows the
Get
animal
frozen.
follows the same path every day, so he's placing the trap along his daily route. He's covering the trap with snow. He's using a dog's tail to remove the traces smoothly. We'll return to this spot later to see what he catches. But first, Yvonne wants to check the trap he set yesterday. He scans the snowy landscape carefully.
The dog's tail? What is this?
He's covering the trap with snow. He's using a dog's tail to remove the traces.
Yeah. The dog's tail.
We'll
You
return
said
to
it.
this spot later to see what he
How
catches.
did he
But
got
first,
this
Yvonne
tail? I
wants to check the
mean, possibly the dog just has been dead from some occasion, but I just thought that these people killed the dog to have the meat and the tail also. But I don't think they are actually killing dogs on the purpose and eating them. They are not the Southern Asians. I mean, yeah. But I don't know actually 100%, so...
trap he set yesterday. He scans the snowy landscape carefully.
Everything here is like a book to me. When the snow falls, I track how many animals there are by their footprints. I already know how many animals live in this area.
The Saka are a Turkic people who migrated from Central Asia, and I'm from Turkey, a country whose roots also trace back to the same region. Before we
he's
continue with
Turkey.
the documentary,
I mean,
I'd like to
Turkish
thank the
guy.
sponsor of this
Okay.
project and explore how closely
He's
I'm connected
definitely not used to this kind of weather if he's Turkish. I don't know where is he living though. Maybe he is just living in the Canada. I don't know, but in Turkey it's pretty much hot.
these people.
I received this at-home
quite
DNA
hot.
testing kit from this project sponsor, MyHeritage.
What my DNA is 100% Turkish and recognize this
And what?
cities. MyHeritage
Turkish and what? Greek? I'm actually interested. Greek and Albania. Okay. South Italian, Central Asian. Alright. That's actually
own
interesting.
ethnicity. Make sure
I would do the genetical test in the future, but
to click the link in the description box or scan the QR
No,
code.
no.
Use the code RUHI29 to get your DNA kit for just $29, euros or pounds. That's a huge 67% discount, the lowest price ever offered. The DNA kits can be shipped worldwide except Turkey, Brazil, and France. However, everyone can still build and track their own family tree using
Except Turkey,
MyHeritage's Family
sadly.
Tree feature, which comes with a 14-day free trial. MyHeritage matches your family tree with 34 billion records and millions.
It wasn't the trap that killed it. The freezing cold did as he
I got
lay
it,
there,
mate, I got
stuck
it.
and helpless.
So, the nature has no joke here.
This trap is smaller than the one we set today. I'm curious to see what the next catch will be. But for now, there will be meat on the fire tonight.
In Oymyakon, there are a lot of hares. During the war, it was actually because of hunting hares that our people survived.
Tamara cooked the hare and prepared a dinner table at her house.
It doesn't have any fat in it. It's a very lean meat.
could be the
Some of the
hair.
upcoming scenes were among the hardest to capture. Thanks to the help of the Olengovs, the leading YouTube channel on rural Russia, we were able to make it happen.
Okay.
At the first light of morning, we come across something unexpected near the house. A giant snake sculpture. It's entirely made of cow waste, weighing more than 360 kilograms. It was built by a
Looks
local farmer.
uncanny.
The region's sub-zero climate also makes plumbing systems inoperable. If water pipes were installed, the water inside would freeze almost instantly. Instead, residents meet their needs, such as washing their hands from water they had previously stored in tanks.
Our sink is old. There's a bucket underneath to catch the water. When it builds up, we just take it outside and dump it.
Oh
Once again, the
gosh,
absence
that's
of
so
plumbing infrastructure means
inconvenient.
that houses have no indoor showers or toilets. Instead, these essential facilities are built in the gardens, inside unheated cabins. The lack of a sewage system means that human
Man,
waste
come on.
remains where it is accumulated down.
skip it,
When someone
let's
has to
skip
use
it.
the bathroom, they need to put on a lot of clothes, and they must be fast to not get frozen. Using these toilets is never a pleasant experience, but this one is different.
Of course
it's heated,
not.
but the problem with it cannot be ventilated as the cold disrupts the heating system.
And it cannot be ventilated. It's just the pure torture to go to the toilet like that.
This type of toilet is still preferred to be protected from the cold, despite the unpleasant odor that accumulates inside.
That's
To
really
bathe,
gross.
cook, wash dishes, or
That's so
simply
gross.
drink, clean water is essential. But getting it is a whole other process that takes a lot of effort. People here collect blocks of river ice and melt them to get fresh water for daily use. Right now you're looking at a vast white blanket of snow, but under, there's a frozen river, the only source of water. He's using a chisel to cut into the thick ice.
You have to work quickly if it's cold. Otherwise you'll freeze.
As we carve out solid blocks one after another, we lift them and place them onto the sled.
Yeah.
We've loaded as many ice blocks as a sled can carry.
Our ancestors used to transport ice with oxen.
How long?
They could make the igloo like that.
I have a big family. It'll last us 2, maybe 3 weeks.
This size.
These huge blocks are kept either in the cold room inside the house or just outside in the backyard.
Yeah, and sometimes even the ice sculptures has been made from these ice blocks, and they can look really fascinating actually. In the 2018 in my city, the structure what has been made from these kind of blocks has been looking really gorgeously. It was the Asian dam in this kind of arts. So yeah, I really liked how it looked. It was lighted up as well.
In a barrel and let them melt, and then they drink it.
The ice blocks we collected together will not only be used in his own home, but also shared with neighbors so they can use the clean water to bathe. In this village, a bathing routine doesn't start with turning on a tap, but with chopping wood. The boy is grabbing a large chunk of ice given by Nikolai, and he's bringing it inside.
Our grandparents take baths for 2 hours. We usually stay for about an hour and a half.
How long does it take for you
2
to
hours
complete
for
your
the
bath?
bath.
The whole process takes around 4 or 5 hours. We
Oh
bathe
my
once a
god. 4 or 5 hours just to take the bath. But you're actually not really sweating during such cold, so it's not too much necessary to take a bath really often. So you can take a bath like in just how to call it, just one time in the 3 days. Yeah,
on
that will be
Saturday or
okay.
Sunday.
The next step is to turn frozen shampoo into liquid near the stove. They're rinsing themselves using a ladle. When they finish, they're dressing quickly as they'll step outside from 60 degrees Celsius to minus 54 degrees Celsius, a difference of 114 degrees Celsius. After their weekly bath ritual ends, the next morning...
Weekly. So it's the one time in the week. Yeah, with such preparation, you have to bath yourself, not so often, but as I said, you are not sweating much, so it's okay.
Begins early. It's 7:30 a.m. and children are waking up to a freezing cold morning, still pitch black outside. Thanks to the simple indoor tank, the kids can wash their faces and brush their teeth in the warmth of the house. But for other needs, the kids still have to use the outdoor toilet. Jana helps her daughters get dressed for school. The children wear many layers of clothing for their commute.
They can actually freaking fall into the toilet and be buried in the toilet. That's an actual torture. It has been used in the China in the medieval times, as I know.
Before they leave, Jana wraps a wool shawl tightly around their faces, covering their mouths and noses to protect them from the biting cold. Now, they're ready to go outside. The walk to school is about half a kilometer. Every winter morning, Nikolai walks his daughters. The school remains open in Oymyakon unless temperatures drop below bone-chilling minus 55 degrees Celsius. Below that point, it's too dangerous to go outside. Today, the thermometer reads minus 51 degrees Celsius. As the kids arrive at school, daily life for people like Ivan is focused on survival and hunting.
Ivan has got a lot of animals here.
Yakut Ivan.
He caught this wolf before dawn, about 2 hours ago, in the trap we set together.
It died because of the cold when it
yeah. Now I got it. Now I got it. How did they got the dog tail? Unfortunately.
If you don't move in the cold, you die. This is a male one. Ivan will sell the skin of the wolf and take the meat of it and make another trap, put the meat in the trap, and he will hunt a bear.
He's showing us his hunting collection. These are the pelts of the foxes he tracked throughout the winter.
This one is a fully grown bear.
These bears were killed because they kept attacking my livestock. Every year they come onto my land, and each time there are more of them.
The cold in Oymyakon is so extreme, even the most durable vehicles would fail without proper preparation. If a vehicle is left outside for even a few hours without the engine running, it completely freezes and won't start again without a full defrosting process.
How are you planning to unfreeze your car?
We'll use a jet heater. We're not sure if it'll start.
Every part is frozen solid. Metal, fuel, oil, even the battery. They start by brushing off the heavy snow that's built up on the car.
The tire has turned solid like a rock. It was minus 56 degrees Celsius outside.
The tire's gone flat, not because of a leak, but because cold temperatures cause the air molecules inside to shrink.
They are going to install this to heat the vehicle.
We try to close it tightly so that the warm air does not escape out, but stays inside. Take this one. It's too cold outside. Because of this, everything needs to be kept warm. Since the car is diesel, the diesel fuel in the tank completely froze. The car will stay like this for about 3 to 4 hours.
If a local is lucky enough to have a heated garage, they can store their vehicle there for months without risking the engine. As the car was being defrosted, we made our first stop at one of these garages.
The door is very well insulated. There is no open spot in this garage. They use this material. You see the walls, layer upon layer, and there are pipes here to heat the garage.
We heated the car for 3 hours. Now, we're going to try starting it.
Actually, not a bad car.
The accumulator is installed.
At all. How did he... I mean, that is... Which car? The Yakut's car or the guy's car who is doing the documentary? I'm curious because I don't think actually that is these guys' car. But yeah, that's a fancy car for the such remote people.
And the oil level is checked using the dipstick.
First time he opens the door.
Toyota.
Great.
Reliable car.
Brought back from that.
Reliable brand.
Now we'll try to leave the place.
In Oymyakon, survival isn't about conquering nature, but about living in harmony with it. Guided by ancient shamanic wisdom, the Yakut people don't fight the cold. They respect it and endure within its rules.
Look, the temperature does not rise at all.
Here, even the cruelest winters are met not with fear, but with ritual and the unshakable belief that nature gives as much as it takes. This isn't just survival, it's coexistence. Huge thanks to my dear friend Turgut Ekim, who was with me every step of the way during this journey. He also filmed a video in Oymyakon where he accepted an extraordinary invitation from a local family and captured daily life in this freezing village.
Extraordinary invitations? Do you mean that the Yakutian spirits, ghosts, and other things?
While filming with Turgut, we jumped into a frozen river at minus 55 degrees Celsius. One of the most extreme...
No man, you shouldn't do it unprepared, really. If you're unprepared, just don't even consider to do this. You can just pass out there.
Extreme experiences of my life. If you want to catch this unseen footage of the journey and get a much closer look at the region's culture...
Yeah, actually, that was interesting. That was interesting, mate. 23 million views. Holy shit. That's a really much viewer count. So, yeah. What about next? Next, I wanna to watch some drama and stuff. And then we'll move up to the news. Yeah. Okay, let's watch something controversial. The zombies of America. I've never seen anything like this. So, is it at Kensington? Jesus. Fentanyl. Oh gosh. The fentanyl is the really noticeable drug in the US, as I know that the drug is widely used. Don't take drugs, kids. That's a bad thing. It can lead to the really expectable and bad consequences, so don't do it. Where is this? Oh, okay, that's Kensington. Okay, yeah. The Oregon. I mean, the Oregon as a state and especially its capital. I forgot the capital's name. I mean, not the capital, but the biggest city and possibly capital, but I'm not sure. So yeah, in the Oregon, is all of the drugs can be used, and that kind of strategy they made to possibly make the users use safer equipment and die less, but it worsened the problem. So I think the prohibition of the every drug and making all drugs illegal, that's a good thing, and the authorities should think twice to actually legalize the drugs, because to legalize all of the drugs you have to build a special facility to actually make the people adapt to the environment after the using the drugs, and the rehabilitation centers should be really advanced as well. And I saw also some videos from the rehabilitation centers in the Oregon and in that kind of city. Actually, what is the cities? Yeah, what is this city? Portland, yeah, Portland. So yeah, in the city, the people are just using the drugs, and after using it, they are not really having the option to just having the stable life afterwards, because the rehabilitation centers are not very supporting to actually rehabilitate the people and to make them be involved in the society afterwards. So yeah, I see it, I see.
Watch your foot, watch your foot.
This is a typical day in Kensington, a neighborhood in Philadelphia.
This is the effect of the drug, known as tranq,
Okay.
often referred
I was
to.
concerned why there Arabic subtitles, but now I got why this like
As the
this.
zombie drug.
Actually, this is
It
a
makes
nice
people
clothes.
appear-
These people are wearing the North Face. In Russia, the North Face is a really expensive brand, and I don't think only in Russia.
Disconnected from life like they're not really there.
After people come down here, they turn into zombies.
This is happening in the Kensington neighborhood, where it feels like you've stepped into a scene from a post-apocalyptic show. Bent bodies, incoherent voices, and arms covered in scars.
Eats at the skin.
Oh my
No
God,
one
man!
is helping them. No one intervenes. This is the world's largest open-air drug market, right here in Philadelphia, USA.
That's really
But
bad.
what you're seeing
That's so
isn't
bad.
just addiction.
Wait,
It's a systemic
Portland,
collapse.
Philadelphia. Wait, not in Oregon. Wait,
result-
Portland is in Oregon, but Kensington is in Philadelphia. Okay, I'm confused everything. Yeah. So this is just part of the city is just fucked up.
Decades
Really-
of failed
really
policies
badly.
and institutional greed.
Dangerous street drug component is officially called xylazine, nicknamed tranq, as in tranquilizer.
In this open market, drugs are bought and used openly on the streets,
size.
with no attempt to hide it.
Beautiful.
Extreme poverty, widespread homelessness, addiction, and mental health issues. Just minutes away from some of America's most iconic government buildings, right in the land of the American dream.
In this northern
Wait.
suburb of one of America's
Is it
great
the
cities.
Washington DC actually? Why? Kensington is the district of the Washington DC. Where is the Kensington placed? Neighborhood in the Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Um. Yeah, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Okay, shit. I just thought that it was in Portland, but apparently that is in Pennsylvania. Neighborhood. Uh-huh. City. Oh, okay. I'm really confused here. I thought that Philadelphia was a state, but actually Pennsylvania is a state. And the city called Philadelphia. What? Gosh. Okay. I confused it before. Or no? Consolidated city county. Okay, so it's a city. Philadelphia is a city. Okay, that doesn't. It doesn't look. It doesn't sound like a city, but I get it.
We are in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, just 2 hours from Washington, D.C. and 2
Okay,
hours from New
he
York
just
City.
explained it right away.
One of the world's most famous cities, known for its universities and stories. Take this historic building, for example. But behind these streets are heartbreaking stories. This city holds the biggest and most notorious open-air drug market
this
in
channel
America,
even.
maybe even the world. We're going to take a closer look at their stories now. From
Okay, I got it. Yeah, he's just not from America possibly. He's the Arabic YouTuber.
To Trank. The story begins thousands of years ago when opium was used in traditional medicine. In the 19th century, the British used it as a colonial tool, flooding China with drugs, leading to the Opium Wars.
Yeah, Opium Wars.
These wars ended in forced treaties, with China giving up Hong Kong to Britain. Then came the 20th century, when drugs shifted from medicine
And I'll take the drug now.
to destruction.
America's public enemy #1 is drug abuse.
Heroin, cocaine, and addiction spreading across all continents.
Don't do drugs. Stop it. Get some help.
It's called
Yeah, first up,
xylazine or Trank, an animal tranquilizer cut with America's street drug of the moment, fentanyl.
But the 21st century brought something worse. Fentanyl, 50 times stronger than heroin.
What? Wait, it's 50 times stronger than heroin? I thought the heroin is the strongest drug.
That's all from that.
Oh,
So those
damn.
are scars from shooting.
Oh damn, man.
What was it?
They started
Dun
eating
dun
like
dun
this.
dun dun dun.
Once you get it in there, you just get to work, baby. You fucking right now.
Made from chemical compounds in China, and Mexican cartels turn it into a deadly drug and trafficked into the US. It's cheap, fast-acting, and deadly.
Cheap? $5? Holy fuck, that's why the people are getting so hooked. You have to pay just $5 to get the dose.
So this is where it all started at. So you're going to see the volume increase drastically, right?
And in recent years, a new mixture called Trank has emerged.
The trunk is mixed between two drugs, or?
Trank is what makes them do that. You see?
Yeah, this is the result after.
A fentanyl and Trank.
What drug is he on right now? Fentanyl or Trank?
He's on both. What did you say, sweetie? She said she liked the Trank more.
Trank is stronger?
Yeah, because the Trank keep them high longer.
Trank is a combination of fentanyl and xylazine, a veterinary tranquilizer used on animals, like horses, absolutely not meant for humans.
Of course.
The results are catastrophic.
So here we are with the organization.
Penns Rock Primary Care.
If someone want to stop the drugs, you guys help?
Yeah.
How you guys help? You give them house or home? or
We can
shelter?
help. We can help them get into a housing program or get into a shelter. The first thing we want to do is get them off the drugs. So ideally, we want them to go inpatient. You know, the dope's not what it once was. So people go into detoxes or they go into rehabs and they're still sick from the trank because the hospitals and the rehabs they don't know how to treat it. So a lot of people are hesitant to go into rehab these days. So
for the people who doesn't know what is trank and fentanyl, what is the difference between
I don't know what is the rehabilitation center in the Pennsylvania. Actually, I was talking about the Oregon's and the Portland's rehabilitation center. Well, maybe in the Pennsylvania it's better, but I'm not really sure about this.
It's like heroin, but a lot stronger
and cheaper.
And it's much cheaper.
It's
yeah.
much cheaper because it's man-made.
Exactly.
It's meant to do this.
Exactly.
Look, you see right here? It's meant to do that.
So this is the effect of which drug?
Well, it's definitely the effect of the trank.
Trank is mixed?
It's mixed in with the fentanyl, yeah. People come down here from all over to get the dope. They charge people more. Once they're addicted, they're like, well, I might as well come down to Kensington and get it for the, you know, cheaper price. But then they get stuck down here. They end up being down here for God knows how long.
So Dirt is battling with drug addiction. What's your drug of choice?
Dope, fentanyl.
Dope and fentanyl?
I wonder
so why people
how
use it
old
if
is this guy?
Fentanyl.
Dope.
He's probably not that old. He's just looking old. He's looking like 50 or 60, but I assume he's just 40 or 30 years old. I mean, in the 30s or 40s.
Fentanyl?
That's just my assumption.
So why people using it if they know that they might kill them?
In my personal opinion, I believe it's due to depression, people wanting to escape their realities of the traumas that they deal with here in America. America has a psychological problem that we don't deal with. It doesn't get treated. Maybe they were raped or hurt when they were children. Mom was on drugs, dad didn't take care of them, so they started using drugs. Would you take a gun and put it to your head and shoot it?
You got my money, nigga!
In 2023, Philadelphia recorded 1,400 drug-related deaths, as if a war was being waged on America. These deaths are solely due to drugs. People come from all over the place because this is an open market for everyone to buy the most powerful drugs in the world. They're lethal. This is Kensington. I don't know how they live here. I think even the shops here will shut down soon. They say homes are cheaper because no one wants to live in this area. Even though police are present, things get terrifying at night.
To live in this area.
Sorry, bro. You have a good day.
Actually, area is looking pretty much okay, but if there wasn't that much trafficking, yeah, it could be a nice district, but of course it is what it is. It is what it is.
And this is the area where it's at the most. Yeah, the police are here 24/7. They're always here. Their job is to just monitor their neighborhood and to reduce the violence. Yes.
But still, there is a violence.
Yes, there's violence because it's oversaturated. There are too many people. I would say for every cop, there's about 30 people under the, like, you're gonna see a lot of people on drugs. This is where people come to buy their drugs the most.
So they come from different areas?
Right. And they come from all over. They come from everywhere.
There are huge numbers of people under the influence of the most powerful drug out there. This is it. This is the zombie land. Why do they call it?
Oh my god.
Because constant drug use has broken them down, making them walk hunched over. Just imagine how powerful these drugs are and how deeply they've devastated this entire community.
You're just laying on the ground.
What's happened to her?
You okay, sweetie? Yo, you okay? You need help? You good? Yeah, she okay.
Him too, bro.
Just chilling.
Why'd you out here, bro?
In their own kind of way.
This isn't a normal place to casually walk through, not in a neighborhood of the richest country in the world.
Of course. It really shouldn't be like this.
Like people is filled down.
Of course.
And they can't leave.
Yeah.
I know people, I'm 33. When I was about
they
19,
elected the
college students
Democrats, I'm 100% sure, and the Democrats are created that kind of environment, so the solution is right here. Just elect the Republicans and they'll fix it. They make this illegal, but people don't want this, I assume.
come down here.
Just to try?
Yes, and never leave.
So
then you'll
yeah,
see weeks later their family.
Pennsylvania, Is this... Yeah, I will check myself here. Is blue. Why did Pennsylvania flip blue? Okay, I don't know now. No. Okay, maybe Wikipedia here. Okay, just Pennsylvania. Oh, it's Australia. I mean, I was talking about the city exactly, not the whole state. Okay, Philadelphia. But it doesn't mean that the okay, I'm 100% sure that they are blue, so why did Pennsylvania flip blue as well? So yeah.
Coming with pictures missing, but they're not. This is normal. People come down here and they go missing all the time.
These are missing people lost to addiction. Their families don't know.
Wait. Okay, that's fine.
Where they are.
Last seen March 29th. This is the last time anybody's seen him.
This year?
This year. There's people who walk around and show you their phone, be like, excuse me, have you seen this person? And this is common. They come down here and they get stuck.
You have kids. Are you scared one day?
I moved my child from down here. My child doesn't live here.
So you don't want to live here?
No. I had to grow up here. Living here is not optional. But Kansas
Of
City
course,
used
it's
to be
not
a
optional.
beautiful place.
Philadelphia. Yeah, it is beautiful, but the regulations
ban all the drugs in the US?
The
Yes.
Democrats fucked it up.
100%. Drugs destroy families.
You are from the area.
Born and raised, bro, all my life. You know what I'm saying?
What is the drugs that kill them?
You could come down here with $2 and get something.
$2?
Come buy
Holy
drugs.
shit!
Why is it so
They're
cheap?
extremely dangerous.
It's everywhere down here. It's cheap down here.
Because of the competition, possibly, yeah, and because of the legalization, and because of all of these factors, the price is cheap. The free market, but free market of the not the thing what should be actually be free in the supply kind of regulation.
Get down here with dollar rocks. Oh yeah, for all you niggas that don't know, the government suppliers. Really? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. The government supplies.
Among the discarded syringes and exhausted bodies lie the stories of thousands of forgotten souls.
My name's John. I've been shooting dope for about 18 years, and it's just been the last 3 years. When I go to
18
inject, you'll
years,
see I
holy
have
shit.
horrific wounds on my legs. Like, this shit's crazy. I should be in the hospital. 15 times they tried to admit me, and they weren't able to do anything for me. Flies keep going to my legs. They can smell the infection through the bandages and through my jeans.
How is he actually still living? I'm really concerned right now. Just 15 years of taking drugs, and maybe he's doing this more wisely than some other people, and he never overdosed. But I really doubt this. This guy should be studied like Ozzy Osbourne has been.
And all that.
15
the
years.
wounds you see here are signs of necrosis.
Okay,
Tissue death.
okay, man.
Caused by
Okay, man,
tracheas.
nah, stop it, stop it. Don't fucking No, I don't want to. I don't want to.
Don't look at
Stop.
man.
Okay, I got it. He shouldn't be studied.
You guys have any other questions or anything like that?
I don't have any questions, man. That's.
I'm honestly shocked
man,
by what I've seen.
damn.
I never expected to witness something like this. This man is completely numb and conscious.
That's
Did
the
you
gross.
see his legs? No one can help him. Not the hospitals,
Holy
not
shit.
the police, not any organization. He's going
Why?
to lose his leg. He could die at any moment, completely surrendered to
Why the hospitals can't help him? Doesn't he has the insurance?
his reality. He has
How
no
is it
family.
working in US
He
though?
fell into the trap of drugs, and once you fall in here, there's no way out. That's why you must always stay close to God and close to your family.
Shit. Oh.
And if they don't seek treatment to get that
Th-
blood
this-
flow back in there,
This picture was too
they're going to lose
explicit.
their limb.
That
So
was too
here is
explicit.
the
Holy
effect, like the
shit.
guy that just showed you. This is the effect of xylazine. It eats at the skin because it wasn't made for human consumption.
This is a trunk.
Yes, tranquilizer.
What's gonna happen to him now?
At the worst, his arm gotta get amputated.
Look at this. There's a chance his hand will be amputated.
Okay, man, stop it. Let's just do the conclusion. I cannot watch it.
26 fell down on this?
I'm too.
So do you have anybody that can help you? That help you?
Too creeped out for
That's
me.
your mom? Okay.
This your mom?
Yeah,
but she
that's
don't-
too spooky.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
this must be
I don't
okay.
want to watch it.
Right, because
It's very easy to lose everything and everyone in your life.
What if a nice eyes, the lights,
No way to live.
green eyes.
all right, thank you, bro. You have a good day.
Here, the syringe isn't a symbol of healing. It's a symbol of pain. And sometimes
Yeah, I got it. Holy shit, that's too bad. That's too bad. The Zombies of Canada. Ah, okay, yeah. I don't want to. I don't want to watch it. So yeah, what is it? What is the Trump doing right now? Let's see. Cannot skip it. Sponsored.
Now today, President Donald Trump signed into law what he calls the Big Beautiful Bill. Now this was during a 4th of July ceremony at the White House, which took place alongside a military picnic, which included an armed forces flyover. Now on Tuesday, the Senate passed the bill on a 51-50 vote, with Vice President J.D. Vance casting the tie-breaking decision. Now that sent the bill to the House, which passed it on a mostly party-line vote of 218 to 214 Thursday. Now just one day before Trump's July 4th deadline. The law extends the president's 2017 tax cuts across all brackets and boosts funding for
tax cut.
immigration
That's
enforcement.
fine.
It also adds work requirements for Medicaid and implements cost sharing with states for SNAP benefits.
We made promises, and it's really promises made.
So it's helpful.
Promises
Yeah, I
kept,
get
and
it.
we've kept them.
That's pretty much
It's the
helpful.
triumph
The
of
tax cut
democracy.
and the Medicaid thing.
Promises kept, and we've kept them.
Okay,
It's the
okay.
triumph
Let's
of-
rehear it.
For SNAP benefits.
We made promises.
Cost sharing with states for SNAP benefits.
We made
Okay.
promises, and it's really promises made, promises kept, and we've kept them. This is the triumph of democracy on the birthday of democracy.
Now, the law is projected to increase the federal deficit by roughly $3 trillion over a decade, according to the Congressional Budget Office. Now, though some Republicans dispute the estimate.
Okay. What
Now
other
today, President
stuff?
Donald Trump.
Big beautiful bill. Okay, let me search it in depth. What does it mean, big beautiful bill? Bill, yeah. Mm-hmm. Reconciliation law passed by the 119th United States Congress containing tax and spending policies that from the core of President Donald Trump's second-term agenda. The bill was signed into law by President Trump on July 4th, 2025. Permanent the largest tax cuts in history. Really? The largest tax cut in history. Okay, but how the government facilities can extract the money then? It provides immediate tax relief to farmers, ranchers, and rural Americans by increasing the small businesses expansion threshold and permanently extending the small business deduction. Wait. Okay, I'm not really the finance guy, so it's kind of hard for me to distinguish how exactly it works. But if it is cutting the taxes for the farmers and the people from the rural areas, that's good. But I'm not sure about how this will affect the small businesses because, yeah, the rural Americans by increasing the small businesses expansion threshold, how it will actually make the small businesses operate afterwards. So I don't know. Can't take can't say much about this, but tax cut sounds nice, but what is behind this? Yeah, the people with the financial background, I think, would be more easily operate. I mean, would easily recognize what it is. So yeah, let's see some other stuff. Oh, okay. Exactly, drama. What happened?
From Dream getting betrayed by iShow.
What happened to forgotten YouTube girlfriends? Let's see.
Speed.
I cheated on you, Dream. I cheated on you.
To another one of Speed's girlfriends giving.
Yeah. 26 minutes ago. That is fresh sweet.
Love advice to her 5 million TikTok followers.
She's so beautiful, and she's so humble as well. I don't know what was going on with Speed and this girl behind the scenes, but she remained really nice in front of the camera. So yeah, I assume what happened, but probably just iShowSpeed want to play with the multiple girls in the same time and not remain loyal to the one, which is fucked up pretty much. I'm not appreciating this behavior.
followers.
Listen up. Never do too much for a man.
Here's what happened to every forgotten
Well,
YouTube girlfriend.
what kind
Starting
of
with
too much?
Amy, who's now soaring on
Amy.
social media after her heartbreaking split with iShowSpeed. But before their controversial
What? She's a mukbang YouTuber right now?
breakup, Amy's love story with Speed started on May 14th, 2024, when they met in South Korea.
What's up?
She's so cute.
Yeah.
Hi, nice to meet
What's good?
She's
Can I get
so
your number?
cute.
My number, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
From there, they immediately hit it off, and almost 2 weeks later, they met again in London to see the FIFA Cup final. But their happy moment would be cut short when Speed had to leave, though not before sharing his true feelings with her.
Amy, I'm gonna be dead ass honest, bro. I caught feelings for you, and I like you, and I love you. You don't have to answer now, but
Oh,
I would like to
Okay.
date.
Seeing Speed's reaction to their chemistry, fans couldn't help but shiver.
but I think the American kind of love you and the Asian kind of love you, they are really, really different because the Asians are, when they're saying love you, they really mean it. I mean, the Southern Asians, I mean, Southeast Asians kind of. Yeah, they, and I can tell about the Russians. You just cannot tell the person that you love this person just because. That's not how it works here as well. But I think the South and Southeast Asians are taking this really, really seriously. So.
That is until June 8th, 2024, when Speed watched Amy's live while his female barber fixed his hair.
You can't call someone your girlfriend when you're not when you're not communicating on a daily basis. It got really confusing, like, oh, like, does he like me? Does he not like me? Is he serious? Is he not serious?
Yeah, this confusion will not lead to anything good, and they eventually broke up. I've had similar story, but I was on the Amy's side.
Forcing Speed to call her and talk things through.
You only call me when it's like 5 a.m., like 4 a.m.
Because do you not?
5 a.m. or 4 a.m. Yeah, when he's available and she's clearly not. When in the US will be 5 p.m. or something, or just 7 p.m. In her place that will be 5 or 7 a.m. Yeah, that's fucked up.
Well, where I'm at, it is not 5 a.m. You know what? Yo, chat, I don't think...
Yeah, he doesn't care about her time zone at all. He didn't.
I don't think this is going to work out. I'm gonna be honest, bro.
Following their argument, Amy would go on another live to clarify the situation.
Ever since London, we both, I guess, confused as to our own feelings.
But sadly, this didn't translate to anything clear, as Speed would set the record straight in his stream.
Me and Amy were never together. Amy was never my girlfriend. I do want to make that clear.
But while Speed explained that it was because Amy...
Never, and he said he loved her, right? What is kind of the relationships if this? When you're saying you love somebody, I mean the other gender person or just whatever, when you love somebody, you just have to mean it, right? I mean, in my mind, it works like this. You cannot just spell you love somebody without just committing these.
Yes, when he asked, Amy would soon create her own YouTube channel where she would finally reveal her true feelings for Speed.
Did you actually had feelings for iShowSpeed? And the answer is yes. I did.
And though things with her and Speed didn't go as expected, it turned out great for her career because as of 2025, she's boasting almost 5 million followers on TikTok with her wholesome content.
Never do too much for a man. The more you do for a man, the less he will be grateful of you.
Shit, he broke her. He broke her. Holy fuck. She just became the average kind of Karen on this video, at least judging by this video. Just never do too much, never do anything probably that's coming from this phrase. So yeah, that's fucked up. That's fucked up. But not all of the men are like these exactly. So there are plenty of the loyal and decent men.
Like Dream, whose career took a provocative turn years after Speed's mom revealed what he was doing behind her back in October of 2021.
Come on now. You ain't gonna keep having all these different types of girls in here. You know that's disrespect. You need to figure out what you gonna do. Mom, what you gonna do? What?
But
It
despite
belongs to the streets.
Speed explaining that the girls who came over were for his friend, Dream didn't buy it.
Yeah, that's really dirty. That's
Like,
so dirty.
you're actually like, disgusting me right now.
That's really disgusting, yeah.
You're sick.
I mean, he is still really young. I think he will figure out what is right, what is wrong after some time. I hope so.
Just go.
Bye.
Following their argument, the two would meet again 5 days later to get couples therapy from Kai.
And I don't think the world will ever know because I don't know if there was any cheating going on.
Cause listen, like, okay.
I cheated on you, Dream. I cheated on you. And I'm saying that shit from the bottom of my fucking heart.
Leading the pair to part ways, with fans supporting Dream instead. Speed needs help. And Speed really did need help, because 3 years later, he would contact Dream again just to pull a prank on her.
Yo, Chad, let me know if I should do the I want you back prank.
What's up with you though? Hi.
Yes or no?
But Dream was one step ahead.
Do you like miss me?
Yes, Daddy, I miss you so much. Oh my God, I literally miss you so bad. Like, you don't even understand.
Nah, you're trolling.
Okay.
She hung up.
Dream knew better than to get involved with Speed again, as she was already focused on her OF career. And if she had a new guy, it wasn't public knowledge.
Oh my God. Did she launch her OF career after the IShowSpeed breakup or not? If that was after the breakup, the IShowSpeed was the point of changing her life to the being the OF model, which I'm not really liking that kind of stuff, to be honest.
Ava, who found a new loving partner
He's
after
breaking
it
the
didn't work
girls,
out with
apparently.
Speed. But before she found this man, it was Speed, whose side she never left, with their story starting after Aiden Ross set them up for a blind date.
Don't tell me you're a man. I'm trans, but yeah.
From there, she started appearing on Speed's streams, and it didn't take long for Speed to make an announcement.
And guess what? I'm gay!
But this great relationship would change.
Okay, he was trolling. He was trolling, overreacting like as usual.
When Speed saw Ava with another guy on her bed 2 months later.
You cheating ass bitch. Hey, f you, Ava. Mama, Ava, f you. You little cheating ass bitch.
Though the two would reunite later on Aiden Ross's live stream, it was clear that Speed would never forgive her. And while Ava defended herself,
Speed has bitches left to right on his streams, violating them, being nice to them, because
I'm really confused right now. He was in the relationships with that trans woman, and he playfully said before that he was gay, but I mean, he was exaggerating, but still. How the saying told that in every joke there is a piece of truth. So the Speed could actually say the truth there. Holy moly.
I had a boy, a guy friend that just the guy, he didn't touch me. I have friends that are guys that are comfortable with their sexuality and they could be around me without touching on me.
it just cemented that they were done for good. And as both moved on with their lives, Ava would appear on the No Jumper podcast 2 years later, introducing her new man.
I texted her on Instagram.
Okay.
We ended up meeting in New York. That's where I'm from. Yeah.
It's just instant connection or what?
Yeah, it was like love at first sight.
Now, while Ava has moved on, people would still ask her about Speed
that's
on her
really
TikTok,
weird
where she's now mostly
right now.
active, aside from her OF. Much like Alia, who's still getting
OF.
Speed
OF.
comments on her TikTok 2 years
Come
after their
on.
live breakup.
So I'm asking, like, is it over between me and you?
As of right now, yeah.
A stark contrast to how their relationship began.
What happened? if this video will be all about the iShowSpeed former girlfriends or what.
Hey, Aaliyah. Oh,
You look
my.
so good.
And things got pretty serious quickly after that.
What are we?
I'm asking you.
We're a couple.
We're together?
Yep.
But while their chemistry was undeniable, everything would change.
They don't look like they have chemistry. She looks confused here.
In November 2023
Snow White
when Speed
girl.
came across two shocking videos.
Is it she? Is it she? This girl? And this girl. They're not look alike.
We're together?
No way that she is the she.
Worse, Speed would get information that Alia and the guy in the video once kissed, and she even sat on his lap, leading him to confront Alia immediately, who first explained that the TikTok dancing videos were old. Additionally, she would reveal that the kiss with the guy wasn't consensual.
But y'all kissed and y'all like.
What do you mean consensual or not consensual if you posted this? If it wasn't consensual, you shouldn't post this in the first place, right?
On his lap, like.
What do you not understand about this was not a consensual I want to kiss you and I like you? What is so hard to understand about it?
So it was not consent?
This is not somebody I ever looked at in my life.
Wait, so are you saying that
What kind of, I mean, if it was not consensual, okay, just not post it. And to be honest, these kind of videos when the girl is just casually playing with the other guys and they are not even her boyfriend or whatever, it's just the spit in the face for the future or current boyfriends. You just haven't. You just don't need to show up this stuff because that's just straight up disrespectful, I think.
the R word?
Aside from that, she clarified that she was passed out in the photo of her sitting on the guy's lap. But the truth soon came out when Speed invited the accused guy into their call.
She's on her phone. She's on her phone. Damn, she's passed out. She's on her phone.
Soon leading to Speed and Alia's split. Following their breakup, Alia would focus on her own content, now having almost 1.5 million followers on TikTok. A similar fate that followed
TikTok,
Crystal,
okay.
who pursued a different spotlight years after she frequently appeared
Okay,
on Facebook.
I think that's just whole video is about the speed for access, yeah.
Sanat streams, most notably when he asked her
Holy
out.
shit.
How you feel about me taking you on a date?
You want to go on a date?
Yes.
You're joking.
No, I'm not.
3 days later, the two really did go on a date, with fans noticing their genuine connection. Even better, Kai saw a future with her.
We can have a baby right now.
Let's have
Really?
a baby right now.
Huh? Wait, huh?
But that just turned out to be a prank, and their connection actually didn't go further, as Kai would confirm 3 months later.
Crystal was never my girl.
Nevertheless, he still followed her life and even reacted to her blind date with another guy. In 2022, Crystal would be...
Damn, I'm really feeling pity for that guy all the time. He was just trying to interfere. Is that the right word here? I don't know. He just wants to comfort the girl, and she's not supporting. She's not just replying the same kind of style. So yeah. Yeah, interfere is another kind of word. So yeah, that's pity to see the people who are most likely will be the honest and the loyal boyfriends will be duck like this.
Seen appearing on her new boyfriend's YouTube channel, but only for a few videos. By 2024, though, she was mostly active and solo on her socials, leaning into modeling gigs and personal content. Much like Amberly, who went all in on producing lifestyle and travel content years after spending some time with Kai. Amberly would first appear on Kai's video called "I Have a Crush on My Tutor" in October 2019, where Kai documents...
Wait, I didn't switch the video. Okay. Oh gosh. Something is in my eye. Okay, let's watch it.
3 days later, the two really did go on a date, with fans noticing their genuine connection. Even better, Kai saw a future with her.
We can have a baby right now.
Let's have a baby right now.
Yeah? Wait, huh?
But that just turned out to be a prank, and their connection actually didn't go further, as Kai would confirm 3 months later.
Crystal was never my girl.
Nevertheless, he still followed her life and even reacted to her blind date with another guy. In 2022, Crystal would be seen appearing on her new boyfriend's YouTube channel, but only for a few videos. By 2024, though, she was mostly active and solo on her socials, leaning into modeling gigs and personal content. Much like Amberly, who went all in on producing lifestyle and travel content years after spending some time with Kai. Amberly would first appear on Kai's video called I Have a Crush on My Tutor in October 2019.
Girls, I mean, in the beauty.
Where Kai documents his tutor session with her while looking for signals that she liked him back. And things would get sweeter between them soon after.
Hope you guys enjoyed this freaking...
But it's really hard, I think, for the big influencer to find a genuine connection. Speed was really lucky with Emi, I think, because I feel that she was genuine about her feelings about him, but apparently he was just playing with her, and I think Kai isn't playing, but the girls are playing with him, so that's just so sad.
He needs some milk!
But their frequent bondings would be cut short when Kai dropped out of college in the following month. Yet, fans were curious about the real score between them, and the pair would only answer 3 months later when they reunited.
Are you guys dating?
Is that even a question?
Huh?
No.
But this would be
No,
followed by
oh my god. That looks exactly like the We Are Friends, though. Shit.
An emotional video when Kai accused Amberly of cheating on him since she did a skit with his friend Ron Suno.
I cheated on you?
You done cheated on the Kai Mafia! Cheated on the Kai Mafia!
We've never even dated.
But Amberly would
never
reveal on
even
her
dated,
channel what
yeah.
she felt for Kai.
Me and
Same story.
Krishna,
I mean, in
had
his
been
life,
throughout
repeating itself.
emphasizing this now and when we came home from college. Throughout that period of time, we talked and we decided that it's probably best for us to be friends.
Hearing her explanation, though, fans would understand why Kai reacted that way. Nevertheless, Amberly still appeared on Kai's videos until December 2020. Shortly after, the two would go their separate ways, with Amberly now concentrating on her content creation with her new boyfriend. Unlike Shaisha, who dated another YouTuber after Kai, only for it to fizzle out quickly. The boyfriend she was pertaining to was Nauticus, who was also a YouTuber known for his vlogs. But before him, Shaisha would be first known when she appeared on Kai's video, introducing her as someone special from 11 years ago.
This is like my first ever girlfriend since like elementary school.
Okay, first ever girlfriend since the elementary school. So they were the couple in the elementary school, or what?
Instead of getting support, however, fans were disappointed because Kai was frequently with Amberly at the time. Nevertheless,
Shaisha, that's Amberly, right?
Shaisha fought for their relationship.
I'm in college, so I talked to somebody. You know what I'm saying? I can't even get mad because
we didn't officially break up.
But shortly after, the two wouldn't be seen in videos as Shaisha would be dating Nauticus. Unfortunately for her, the relationship didn't go well, as she revealed in an interview.
He cannot respect me when it came to his content.
The host would then ask her about Kai, prompting her to reveal the truth about the relationship.
That video me and Kai did was not true.
Not
Not
real.
really his ex.
Also, I never dated.
Stop this, man.
That was
just a video.
Following this interview, Shaisha would be seen solo, actively posting on her socials. Much like Adriana, who's pretty chill on TikTok following her chaotic relationship with Super Mario Logan. But before it got out of control, Adriana kicked off things with Logan in the sweetest way when he introduced her to his fans in the Logan's New Girlfriend video.
She's gorgeous, and she's beautiful, and I love her.
But while it seemed sweet, everything quickly turned toxic as rumors said that Adriana demanded money as high as $60,000 from Logan off camera. Aside from that, she also broke her...
For what? for appearing in the camera.
A Rolex after accusing him of cheating.
60,000. That's really high price for such escort kind of services. And she damaged the property as well. And it caught on camera.
That's where the cops are going. Oh, here she goes. Being her again.
Worse, she would also threaten to stab Logan on a different occasion.
Hey!
Stab?
Where the fuck is it? Where the fuck is it? It's right here.
What the fuck?
Soon she would find herself in jail for her violent behavior, only to be bailed out shortly after by Logan. But the relation...
Okay, she ended up in the jail for her violent actions, and then he just paid the bail for her. Really? Because of she was trying to stop him, or just stop him right away. This guy has the Stockholm syndrome.
The relationship would come to an end as Logan would get back to his ex, Chili, after he found that she was pregnant. Following the drama between her and Logan, Adriana is creating a name for herself through TikTok, where she constantly uploads her chill life. Unlike Adept, real name Sammy Lopez.
Oh my god, yeah. She is the most notorious ex in the internet, I think. She's quite famous as well, I think, too, in the internet. So yeah, the XQC's notorious ex. Okay, let's just watch it.
Lessened her social media presence following her legal troubles with her ex, XQC. The drama between them started in September 2022 after XQC revealed that the reason behind their breakup was that he had then been forced to choose between Sammy and his family. But Sammy didn't like this, and as a result, she went after XQC, filing a divorce case since she believed they were married under common law. And though
That's so fucked up. That's really fucked up. So because of they were in the formal relationships but didn't go to the to make these relationships legal, she just went to the court and asked for the cut of his revenue. What the fuck is wrong with her?
XQC ended up winning that case, it didn't stop Sammy, as she would strike again in October 2024.
Apparently I'm getting sued again. It's the exact same thing, the exact same copy paste, but in California instead.
Worse.
Oh. Okay. So it's just in another state, but so she's trying luck to actually sue the XQC, but he actually can punish her for such actions by forcing her to pay the bill for the lawyer. So the person who is lost the case is paying for the lawyer expenses as it is in Russia, but I'm not really familiar with how it works in the US actually.
She was asking for $10 million again for the settlement, which infuriated XQC.
Even if they ask to settle for $10,
hello mate, welcome.
It's gonna be a no. Okay, to think that they were gonna get 10 mil, whether you weren't gonna get $10.
And as this legal case goes on, Adept would abandon her socials and focus more on Twitch, where she still streams once in a while. Unlike YouTuber Maddie, who's out in the open and now partnering with brands years after her rocky relationship with Mr. Beast. Maddie would start dating Jimmy in 2019, making her his first ever girlfriend. And being Jimmy's girlfriend, she experienced extravagant gestures.
We got you 100,000 roses for Valentine's Day.
But despite all these sweet moments together, Maddie started appearing less in Jimmy's videos, making fans wonder, to which Maddie would answer in 2022 on her own channel.
Young relationships are difficult enough to navigate. When your relationship is very public, it can distort the way you feel about that person or about your relationship. I think there are a lot of benefits to keeping your personal life and your online life very separate.
Still, neither of them would publicly announce their split until it had been made obvious when Jimmy started dating Thea Boyson. But in 2024, when Jimmy's name got constantly tied to controversy, Maddie would make a cryptic Instagram post. 3 years away from that weirdo. I do not aim to take anyone down, just simply and explicitly tell you that there are scary people out there. People who will hurt you, use you, spit you out, and then tell you it's your fault. Though Jimmy's name wasn't mentioned, fans speculated that she was...
Yeah, actually I can think why she really write it down. So because of all the controversies the Jimmy he is in currently and was before, his solid size and kind of the robotic behavior, I think yeah, she made this statement which is kind of legit. But that's just my assumption. I'm not confident in what am I saying right now about himself. So I just telling some shit. Yeah. So let's watch some other stuff. Let's watch some other stuff. Okay. What do we have here? ChatGPT deletes your brain. MIT proved it. Okay. How exactly? Because you don't have to think yourself for the many stuff you are in right now.
It's an AI episode.
Because of this.
Nobody really watches these ones, so I've tried to...
but I don't think that the ChatGPT actually has too much influence on our brains just because we're using it. The same has been told to the pretty much everything before, like for the usage of internet as well. Like we stopped to thinking by ourselves and just started to Google everything. So I think that's just the kind of boomers bullshit. So you are not becoming dumber if using the ChatGPT, but if you are just not using your kind of your brain too much, you're just becoming dumber. But I don't think that ChatGPT prevents your brain to actually think. You have to still figure out what the ChatGPT say to you and do the conclusions by yourself.
Make it as funny as possible. Penis.
But sexy tech.
Hello, my mentally flogged keyboard jockeys and dopamine-deprived digital dependents. Welcome back to Sexy Tech, where the IQ points are optional, but the sarcasm is mandatory. I am your tech jester, Buzzstringer, and today we're talking about something so dangerously meta it could cause my last 2 brain cells to unionize. MIT has finally, officially declared that ChatGPT may be turning us into idiots. Well, it's, yeah. And after I looked up what MIT was, I was furious. According to a recent MIT study, using AI tools like ChatGPT too often doesn't just make you lazy, it turns your brain into lukewarm porridge. Not even the good porridge, we're talking gruel-level neural activity here. The kind of cognitive soup that makes you forget your own Wi-Fi password. So what did the MIT nerds do? They ran a test. They took 3 groups of people, one using ChatGPT, one using just a regular search engine like it's 2004 and Ask Jeeves still had a job, and one with absolutely no digital help at all. They made them all write essays, real ones, not tweets, and then, like the clinical sadists that they are, they scanned their brains using ECG machines while they worked. The ChatGPT users had brain activity lower than your YouTube comment section. I look forward to your comments. Of course, I don't mean the comment section on these videos. We set the gold standard. I love your comments, but some of them on some other videos just... wow. Anyway, neural engagement was barely a flicker. Memory retention was about as useful as a USB stick in a fishbowl. And meanwhile, the analog humans, the ones who use nothing but their grey meat computers, actually thought. They remembered stuff and they used a thing called, Hang on. Critical thinking. Yeah, before
I mean,
we
yeah, of
outsource
course
that
you
to
have
Skynet.
to.
MIT told the
You have to use your brain to actually make the brain function better, but the ChatGPT is made just to be more efficient, to make the more other problems to be solved much quicker than you could done this just by yourself. So that's not a surprise that ChatGPT actually is making us kind of stupid if we are overusing it. But if you are just making the conclusion, making the your own just statements and all other stuff from the what ChatGPT said, so yeah, that's fine. You still can do more with ChatGPT, because if you will get rid of this new technology, and if you will get rid of any technology, you will just stuck in the age where you can do less stuff in the same time. You cannot read that much amount of information from the random book, instead of the compilation of the articles in the internet, if you will flash it really fast. So yeah, I think that it does make sense.
ChatGPT users, okay, now do it again, but without the AI. And oh boy, these people flopped harder than Sniper Wolf trying to act surprised. Their writing got worse, their thoughts were less coherent. It was like taking away a toddler's iPad mid-Cocoa Melon binge. The researchers call it cognitive debt, which is science speak for your brain skipped leg day for too long and now you can't walk. You've used ChatGPT so much that your frontal cortex has filed for early retirement and your hippocampus is an OnlyFans selling blurry screenshots of better days. And look, I get it. ChatGPT is seductive. You ask it for help and then bam, it spits out a perfect answer like your own personal sexy librarian. But apparently the long-term cost is more brutal. If you're not learning, you're not thinking, you're not engaging, you're outsourcing your soul to a chatbot trained on Reddit posts and Wikipedia footnotes. Now don't panic, you can still use ChatGPT, but treat it like tequila or your ex's Instagram, very sparingly, and only when you really need to feel bad about yourself. Okay, stay sexy and...
Okay, I got it, man, I got it. We're all stupid now. All right, next wait. What about the weed, about the
I've been seeing
Dubai chocolate? Actually, I tried the Dubai chocolate and I wasn't satisfied at all. It's just the chocolate with the pistachio in it, and it isn't that even tasty for me, and it's totally not worth the $20.
Chocolate almost everywhere. It is notorious for its exorbitant pricing and indulgence. Every influencer is eating it, every store is trying to sell it. Dubai as a city is known for being luxurious, so this food is basically
luxurious. Yeah, the city from the postcard in the one place, and with the actual slavery in the another. In the other hand.
Acting as a portable mascot for the city. This is one of the most hyped up pieces of food I have seen in such a long time. Dubai chocolate at its core is a hollowed out candy bar filled with pistachio, tahini, and kadayif. Now normally these three ingredients are combined with each other to create the dessert knefe, which is actually the original name for the Dubai chocolate. And on paper, Dubai chocolate sounds like something that even I'd enjoy. I think this sounds like a pretty good idea for a candy bar. There's just one thing bothering me though about Dubai chocolate. Dubai is a desert because Dubai as a city has no chocolate, no pistachio. They don't even have any grain to really make this unless they import it. Well, this is when I have to come to you with a horrible truth.
Oil.
Dubai
really
chocolate is a facade. As a matter of fact, Dubai chocolate is a lot like the city of Dubai itself. On the outside, it presents itself as very luxurious, the best the Middle East has to offer, and it's heavily promoted as such. But if you actually try it, the reality of your world crumbles fairly quickly. Dubai chocolate is originally made by this company called Fixed Desserts. That's why they called it.
Can't get Connefe of it.
That's just what it was originally called, and they just so happen to be a company in Dubai. So the really popular chocolate bar from Dubai, we'll just call it Dubai chocolate because honestly this name kind of sucks. But the way they promoted this bar in the first place was they gave bars to influencers so they could try it out for videos. And what made this bar work specifically was just because of the sound it made when you bit into it.
Man, just
I cannot
stop
begin
it.
with
I
how
don't like
common I see
ASMR.
these Dubai chocolate videos, or excuse me, viral Dubai chocolate videos. They always say viral Dubai chocolate. I don't know why.
It's that viral Dubai chocolate.
Finally trying the viral Dubai chocolate.
I came across someone who was selling the viral Dubai chocolate bar.
There's something influencers have to do
By
where they
pronouncing something that is viral, it becomes viral apparently.
have to call it viral Dubai chocolate every single time. They can't just call it Dubai chocolate. I guess it's like algorithmic favor somehow.
I made the viral Dubai chocolate.
Viral Dubai chocolate.
Viral Dubai chocolate.
The viral
Yeah,
Dubai
they just
chocolate.
paid for the advertisement.
I don't really know what the inside filling is.
I don't know why, but every single time I heard an influencer talk in these videos, they always called it viral Dubai chocolate. It had to have the word viral in it somehow. And a popular aspect of the viral Dubai chocolate is just how it looks and how it sounds. And by that, I mean these bars will always have the most filling ever.
I'm fine. What about you?
There's nothing more appetizing to me than a chocolate bar filled with Shrek's diarrhea pouring out of it. Listen, I'm not saying anything I'm looking at here right now looks appetizing to me, but it's just so hard to look away. Like, I sat through so many—
I mean, if you are the has something coprophilia issues, you may be attracted by this kind of liquid, but I'm not.
Many of these videos just trying to get like influencers eating this chocolate bar, and every single time I see them biting into it, it's like an infant eating sugar for the first time. Like, the combination of pistachio and chocolate sounds good to me, so why do they make it look so disgusting? I'll tell you why. It's because of the ratio of chocolate to filling. One of the big things that made the original Dubai chocolate popular in the first place was just because it had a lot of filling. It was filled with a lot, and I mean a lot of filling. So every single Dubai chocolate has to have so much filling inside of it, because
actually, when I tried the Dubai chocolate, it didn't have such filling. It didn't have that much filling. Maybe the production company was greedy about the filling, but not greedy about the price at all.
Money shot. Okay, you might have noticed this picture of Dubai chocolate. I'm going to enhance it for the
I mean,
video
was
real
greedy
quick.
about
Look
the
at the
price.
ratio of chocolate to whatever that filling is. This doesn't even look like chocolate. This looks like something served out of a bodega. And this is one of the tamer examples. You look at some of these videos and you just like, I look at these influencer videos and I understand how it works as like an influencer food, but how do you eat this as like a normal person and not get sick? And because I'm not that active on TikTok, a part of me is just really confused at how influencers work. I am missing the step between making a TikTok account and being sponsored by a company where you buy into giant chocolate bars and drink giant cups of tea for I don't even know how much money. Why are there so many of these people, and where do they come from? Like, genuinely, I'm asking, like, for real, where do these people come from where they're able to pop out of the fucking ground and eat Dubai chocolate bars? Why are there so many of them? Who is giving these people food? This guy doesn't even look attractive and he's still getting a giant fucking cake to shove in his mouth. How does that work? Speaking of influencers, you know what else is pushed by a lot of influencers too? That's right, Dubai itself. Where better to try Dubai chocolate than from the motherland itself? I mean, sure, Dubai chocolate is already good, but imagine if you can get Dubai chocolate from Dubai. That must taste amazing. There's only one issue with that though. Name another food that comes from Dubai other than Dubai chocolate. You can't, because there isn't one. So you have someone like this guy who's going to try out every single dessert in Dubai. But guess what he tries out? He tries out chocolate and pistachio, chocolate and pistachio, chocolate and pistachio, and finally churros, with chocolate and pistachio dips. Dubai has been waiting for a while to have some sort of culture that isn't just the worst of what Western engineering has to offer. Now they have their own parody of Western food, and like any good satire, it has a little bit of truth to it, but this is all they have.
I had to go all the way to Dubai just to get this, but I have it now. Let's open it up.
This is like the only truly Dubai thing you can try out in Dubai, and even Dubai knows that. But they don't really care though. They're willing to put the same dessert 4 times in the same video. But it is called Dubai chocolate for a reason. The actual original Dubai chocolate is only available in Dubai. That's how it got its name. You can only get this at Dubai. You can only get the original Dubai chocolate in Dubai, nowhere else. I mean, there's this elaborate ordering process you can do, so you can say you got the actual chocolate bar. I'm not paying $20 for a chocolate bar. But its name and promotion by influencers has made it look like this luxurious item that can only be attained in the wealthiest city in the world. It is the food of luxury, and everyone wants it. And somehow everyone has gotten it. Question: how rich is something if Costco is able to sell it on a mass scale? Another question: are the ingredients in Dubai chocolate really that much more expensive to make than a regular chocolate bar?
Think so.
I mean, chocolate's already really expensive. Okay, excluding the actual chocolate itself, let's look at the ingredients of Dubai chocolate again. First, there's the main ingredient, pistachio, which actually pistachio is pretty pricey, but also a lot of that price has gone up due to the demand of Dubai chocolate. This chocolate is so in demand that it is single-handedly increasing the price of pistachios. The other ingredient, tahini, is also pretty expensive, but I'm going to go out on a whim here and say most chocolate bars that are referred to as Dubai chocolate do not use tahini. In fact, instead of tahini, I bet most of these companies use oil and sugar instead. As a matter of fact, some of the more expensive Dubai chocolate bars still use stuff like food dye in order to give it its color. Companies are going to be companies and find the cheapest possible way to produce this stuff, but I haven't even gone to the final main ingredient yet. I'm talking about Kadayif, the thing that gives Dubai chocolate its signature crunch. This is a stringy decadent used for desserts, but it also has another name that's a little bit more unflattering: unleavened bread. And if we're being even more unflattering, this is just shredded wheat. Not to be classist or anything, but I feel like a filler ingredient like grain being put into such a luxurious chocolate bar kind of nullifies the high-class status of that chocolate bar.
Then we've got this creamy, crunchy filling on the inside, which is a mixture of pastry, of pistachio, and all things good in the world.
You tell me that it's basically shredded wheat.
Maybe I tasted the wrong.
Is that right?
Dubai chocolate. It doesn't look even an inch as similar as the Dubai chocolate from the bloggers and stuff. So maybe I just tasted the wrong one because it has been supplied by the Russian company.
We've got
I mean, this alone is probably why so many companies are even able to replicate this chocolate bar in the first place. Two of the main ingredients in Dubai chocolate are just oil and wheat. That's really easy to come across. The only real ingredient you can't replicate in Dubai chocolate is pistachio, hence the shortage. I mean, there's also the chocolate itself, but when you hollow out an entire bar with this filling, you're using less chocolate. Let's look at a company that's actually ripped off Dubai chocolate, Lindt. They have made their own version of the Dubai chocolate bar, and because they actually do make chocolate bars, it's pretty easy to compare these two things. Same company, same bars, different prices. Now, the average price of a Lindt milk chocolate bar at retail stores is around $4.59, which is about $1.04 for an ounce of chocolate. Now, the Lindt Dubai chocolate is not available in the US, but it costed around 10 euros, which is roughly $11.52 in USD, which means the price per ounce is $2.17. So, does Dubai chocolate cost 2.1 times more to make than a regular chocolate bar? I'm going to say no. Okay, urgent update. I recorded that yesterday, and between then and now, in the span of 24 hours, Lindt has released their Dubai-style chocolate in the US. This is not a drill. This has happened. Now, I estimated the Dubai-style chocolate to be around $11.50 in my video, but that is no longer the case. It is $15 now. That's right, it's even more expensive than I estimated it to be. I don't have the research to back this up, but I'm just going to assume a lot of this pricing has to do with the fact that it's Dubai chocolate rather than the actual ingredients, because again, one of the ingredients is fucking wheat. And again, $11.50 is one of the more forgiving prices.
I get it. It's just because of the demand. Let's get to the conclusion.
Trader Joe's, literally any company partaking in Dubai chocolate is erasing hundreds, if not thousands of years of culture for the sake of small capital gain. Because this is no longer a regional dessert in the Middle East, this is a Dubai dessert, and it is in a chocolate bar now. So what I'm really just saying is all of this sucks. All of it. I mean, I probably enjoy a bite or two, but does anyone really care? It's not about how good the chocolate tastes, it's about how expensive your bar is, how big of a bar you can make, how disgusting you can make yourself look eating it. I hate Dubai chocolate, and I hate everything it stands for, but considering
I don't hate this, but it's just hype thing. And even the hype is not that big right now. I think the Labubu hype is just on the top right now from all of these kind of stuffs. Fast food app epidemic. Just let's watch this video, and I will end the stream. So yeah.
Guess who just got back from market? I'm not gonna lie, regarding my diet for the past few weeks, I have been so lazy. I haven't felt like cooking. I haven't felt like doing anything. I'm not going to say I've been getting fast food every single day, but I am saying that the idea of fast food is that it's convenient and cheap. And if I want something convenient and cheap and I want it right now, I'm going to get it through fast food. However, there's one issue with the convenient and cheap ideals of fast food.
Okay, my experience with the Burger King recently, and in general with fast food, at least in Russia, is really bad. When I went to the chicken last year, or not the last year, I think the 2 years ago, it was a real bad experience. The cutlet was cold, and the ingredients tasted like rubber, so I really didn't like this. And I've had a similar experience with the Burger King, and also the price of the burger was comparable to the kebab I bought just today, and the kebab tasted way better, and that is the fast food as well. Just you have to wait it for a longer time than the burger from the Burger King, but it pays off. It really pays off.
Food isn't cheap anymore. Let me rephrase that. Fast food can still be cheap. However, you're not going to get it through a regular dining experience. I used the McDonald's mobile app for the first time because when you use the McDonald's mobile app, you get phenomenal deals, apparently. For example, when I looked at the menu, I saw that they were giving 2 cheeseburgers for the price of 1, and I could not resist. Here's the thing though, there are 2 McDonald's locations near me, and whenever I try to order from this app, it will go to the location
McDonald's in the US is way better than the Вкусные точки in Russia. The McDonald's, after the thing what happened in the 2022 in Russia, went from Russia, and it's no longer existing. Actually, from my experience and from my memory, McDonald's burger was the most tasty and most fresh among all of the burgers. Yeah. So that was really nice. But it was really long time ago when I actually tasted the McDonald's burger. I think it was in the 2018 or something.
the app, McDonald's automatically chooses the location closest to you as your area of pickup. However, there was another McDonald's location about 10 minutes away that was closer to a grocery store, and I really wanted to get groceries after I got McDonald's, so I chose that location instead. But eventually I got the location and I got my meal, 2 cheeseburgers for the price of 1, and I think they're going to be pretty filling considering they're both 440,000 calories each. I place my order, I say I want curbside delivery for God knows what reason. 10 minutes later, I arrive at McDonald's and I park in my luxurious curbside delivery because no one uses curbside delivery. Now the idea is that when you arrive, you go to your McDonald's app, you tell them you're here, so that way your own personal minimum wage worker can hand you a delicious cheeseburger. But for some reason, when I tried to tell the app that I arrived, it wouldn't respond. I kept telling it which parking spot I was at, and it did not respond at all. So I went inside in order to pick up my meal, which at that point I could have just ordered it regularly. That doesn't matter though, because when I went inside and asked them about my 2 cheeseburgers, they said, we have no idea what you are talking about at all. I go to McDonald's, look at my phone again. Oh, what do you know? It's at the McDonald's I didn't want it to be at. So instead of going to the grocery store, I went back to the other McDonald's so I could get my 2 cheeseburgers. I know, this is my punishment for denying my saturated fat overlords. Anyway, screw the groceries. I go to the other McDonald's so I can pick up my cheeseburgers, and guess what? They didn't have the order either. Apparently, when I submitted the order, it just didn't exist. It was not in any McDonald's system anywhere. I showed them the receipt, and they said, yeah, you actually did order from our restaurant. We'll go ahead and make that for you. And finally, after 30 minutes, I got the 2 cheeseburgers in my hand. So yeah, I kind of just wasted my entire afternoon trying to get lunch, and I just didn't get groceries. I didn't do anything else. I just went back and ate 2 cheeseburgers like a fat ass. But you know what? I'd say it's worth it, because you know who saved $4 on 2 cheeseburgers? Well, you're looking at them. But I bring up McDonald's as much as I do because this is how they want customers now. They see fast food applications as the next plateau into getting even more revenue than they already have. Like, do you know how much time it takes to order from a fast food menu? What if we just took away the ordering part and just gave people food? We're just a machine that just spits out food now. We cut half the time, we got double the money now, and we have to make double the cheeseburgers. Those poor workers. I've already been falling out of the favor of fast food for the past decade. Obviously, there's other issues like, oh, it's an unhealthy food in America. Oh, well, it might kill your heart. Have you seen Super Size Me? Oh, you might get heart disease and die at a premature age.
I just don't like the conception of the concept of the soy meat. So this meat is artificial. It's made from the soy, and I don't like fake stuff. So yeah, that's just not my type of thing. Even if it tastes like meat, but it apparently not the meat itself, so I'm just not really liking it. Even if it is just tastes okay, but even if I just thinking that it's not the really meat I'm eating, and the actual burger with the real meat will taste much better than the fast food burger.
But that's not my issue. My issue is that fast food isn't really that fast anymore, and if I want a meal from a restaurant right now, I have to pay a 2-digit sum of money, and that's just unacceptable. And there's kind of this impression that fast food places don't really have to trick me into eating there anymore. They don't have to put bright colors on their buildings. They don't have to have play places anymore. They just have to be a gray brick in the middle of town where I go and I get a burger. It feels like they make it so you have no other option. You are forced to eat fast food. We do not have to trick you into liking us anymore. And with that attitude comes at the expense of your actual wallet. These companies either wring you dry through their extreme uptaking of prices or just straight up downsizing their food. But what if I told you there was a solution to all of that? Yes, a solution to everything I just mentioned right now. At least that last part, the whole gouging thing. Yes, fast food apps. Cost and convenience is back for the simple price of a free download. A menu combined with a loyalty program combined with straight up coupons designed to give you the most bang for your buck whenever you order from anywhere. And for some of these places, an app is just straight up the best way to order food from there. For example, I love the app. It is without a doubt the best improvement to like any restaurant ever. You're telling me pizza that was already cheap and convenient is now cheaper and convenienter. I go to this app. There is always a deal for some sort of pizza. My favorite deal from this app is when they had a large 3-topping pizza for a price so good that I actually bought enough pizzas in order to redeem a free pizza. Except by the time I got enough points for a free pizza, I had to move, and then I completely forgot I even had the points in the first place. So I missed out on a free pizza. Other than the points expiring for some reason, everything about this app is amazing, and it improves the experience of ordering pizza. Instead of calling someone on the phone and trying to order a pizza through there, I actually get to see what ingredients Domino's has instead of just trying to guess like something other than pepperoni. But I'm just saying, when you have the vision, you get combinations you never thought were possible, like an Asiago pepperoni Philly steak pizza. That is my go-to. That is like it's so good. Don't tell me your ideal pizza order in the comments, because there's nothing better than that. There's nothing better than an Asiago Philly steak fucking pepperoni pizza. It's delicious. Okay, no contest. You can't tell me.
I like pizza with mushrooms and bacon.
rabbit. Okay, sometimes I replace the pepperoni with onions.
But not with the freaking...
something a little bit more savory. But other than that, you know, I think I figured it out. I think I figured out the best pizza order. Now, that was the only fast food app I used before recording this video. For this video, I downloaded a bunch more apps just to see what would happen when I like used any of them. And suffice to say, you've already heard my experience with McDonald's, but it's not the last time I used it because I'm a little burger boy. But with these loyalty programs, they're not so much loyalty programs as much as they are like necessities to even buy from these places. Almost weird. Any day of the week, I would rather save $4 in buying fast food than paying an extra $4 if it means I go through a drive-thru instead. And where else do you see this loyalty be oh so prominent in none other than the McDonald's points system? This is quite literally a meter telling you how much you love McDonald's. Now, the conversion rate is that $1 equals 100 points. So if you have 2,000 points, that means you spent $20 on McDonald's. And there's certain tiers of rewards. If you go 1,500 points, you can get a free cheeseburger. If you go 3,000 points, you can also get a free cheeseburger, but it's a little bit better, and so on and so forth. But there is another aspect to these points as well. They don't just serve as like little bonus points that you can get free meals from. They serve as social status. If you look at TikToks where people talk about their McDonald's points, they are flexing about how many McDonald's points they have. Oh, look at this person that has like 60,000 McDonald's points. Look at this other person that has like 300,000 McDonald's points. How do you spend that much on McDonald's? And it brings up another problem where if these points are status, people just don't use them. They want the big number. They want their number to go up, and they don't want to spend those numbers because then it means I have smaller number. Like the whole point of the point system is that you spend the points so you can get
measuring dicks, but like measuring dicks, but measuring the scale of numbers.
Food, but these people don't spend the points because the number's just so high. They are the king of their McDonald's village because they have the most points. And I kid you not, when I was recording this video, I got a message from someone. I opened up Snapchat to a message.
That's actually a clever way. Does this campaign require you to actually collect these points to win something? If you have to collect the points while you can in the same time spend them on the purchase, on the burger, then you are actually not using the actual sale, but buying more, and it promotes the products more as well. So yeah, that's clever.
Me that it was double points Monday at Firehouse Subs. What could you possibly use points at Firehouse Subs for? Like, do you just get like a free sandwich after buying 20 of them? I'm not sure. Maybe I'm going to use that as my big social status. I'm going to accumulate 20,000 Firehouse Sub points, so that way I can post it on TikTok, and then I rage bait everyone.
This advertisement made me really
Firehouse Subs, and I tell them to like screw off. And as I sit on
really hungry.
Firehouse Subs, and I eat them one by one. Now I do admit I did have my own Chipotle phase, and through that phase I got the Chipotle app because of course I did. Now the big appeal of the Chipotle app is that you can order through the app, which I know, but Chipotle is very customizable. If you use the app, you can get the order you want exactly, I guess. And the one time I did use the Chipotle app the way I was supposed to, it actually worked pretty well. I got free guacamole on my bowl, and you know what? Great experience. However, I am the kind of person where I do like ordering my stuff more physically. I like going inside of the restaurant and ordering it there. And Chipotle does have its own point system, and if you order physically, you can still open up the app and scan something so you get the points.
Actually,
However,
I heard that Chipotle is a really good chain. It obviously doesn't doesn't represent it in Russia. I mean, not really obviously, but it just doesn't. It never did. It never appeared in Russia. But yeah, I've heard the people having the many positive just interactions with Chipotle chain. So I think that is fine.
Deep down that Chipotle really wants you to use the app, because every single time I've scanned my code at the checkout so I can get my points, it's never worked. It hasn't worked once. I don't know why. I don't know why they even let me do it if it doesn't work, but they do. They let me do it, but I don't get any points, and all it creates is like this extra annoying 15 seconds. I'm just scanning this at the checkout for the hope that maybe I can get like a free quesadilla one day, and I don't know why I hold on to that hope. I'm still going to keep doing that. I'm still going to keep scanning that fucking QR code at checkout, even though it never works. But yeah, if you want to redeem a reward at McDonald's for 1,500 points, you have to spend $15. 15 real dollars, and you spend that much money so you can get like a free $3 item. But I wanted to test these apps for myself to see if they made fast food a more cheap and convenient.
Is Wendy's the best fast food chain in the US? I've heard it is, and the ads in Wendy's are really hilarious. The Wendy's is trolling every other fast food chain.
experience. So I tested 3 apps. I tested Arby's, Wendy's, and McDonald's. And for the baseline goal of being cheap and convenient, I wanted to see how long it would take me to order the burger from the second I opened the app to the second I established my order. And I also wanted to see if I could actually get a discount on any food I get. So I'm going to start off with Arby's. Now, when navigating the menu and seeing if there was a deal for a normal single cheeseburger, there was none. So I skipped that. I navigated the menu, got my burger, and I went to checkout. And that's where the problems began. The actual time it took to load the checkout screen was around 30 seconds. I had to fill out my name, phone number, email address. Yes, I had to fill out my email address so I could get bombarded with emails. Now, for some reason, when I went to purchase, the boxes were grayed out and I just couldn't tap on them, so I just had to refresh the page and order again. So I filled out all the boxes again, and then this time the checkout did work. I went to Google Pay, and for some reason, they wouldn't let me use my credit card. Like, my credit card's connected to Google Pay, and this is the first time I've ever experienced this being an issue with any app ever. So I just had to fill it in manually, and that took its own amount of time. But once I filled out my entire credit card information, only then was my order confirmed. 1 cheeseburger for $5.99. So time to order, 7 minutes, 23 seconds.
Okay, yeah, that's really annoying when you have to fill your whole life into this freaking app to get the order.
We're off to a great start. Also, I just thought about this, but every app I have now, every fast food app I have now has access to my location. I don't know how I feel about Arby's, like, knowing exactly where I live right now. I went to Arby's, there was no one at the counter, so I waited for a bit, and then I finally got my meal left. And when I left Arby's, I noticed
to
a building
deliver
right
more
beside me called
efficiently,
Wendy's,
I guess.
so I said, you know what, this is going to be the next thing I, like, order fast food from. So Wendy's was next. First, I had to download the app, but then the time began. I opened the app, and the first thing I am bombarded with is pop-ups. They're asking me if I can use my location. They want to know if I want a deal already. What is a biometric setting, and why does Wendy's want it? Well, I try to order, and the first thing that pops up is a rewards program that they want me to sign up for. Well, I X out of that, and I try to order again. And the rewards screen popped up again, so I realized, oh, I actually have to sign up for this if I want to use Wendy's. I put in my email, I had to confirm my email, and only then was I able to order food. Just kidding, the app crashed. So I opened up the app again, have to go through the pop-ups again, and when I try to order, oh, what do you know, the rewards screen popped up again. I have to put in my email again, and at this point, I just gave up. I stopped using the app, and I just went through the drive-thru. So the time it took me to order Wendy's disqualified. And you know what, I just ended up going through the drive-thru instead, and it took me 3 minutes, 5 seconds. Now with the McDonald's app, this was
constantly asking for email and not working eventually. Yeah, that sucks.
my first rodeo, but this was also a chance for the app to redeem itself. So when I opened up the McDonald's app, for some reason it signed me out. I lost my 2,400 McDonald's points, and most of that was just from like a special they had. Like the first time I ordered, there was like a 1,500 point special or whatever. I had to start from scratch. But technically, because this is a new account to them, I can get first time deals again, and the first time deals are the best deals. And what do you know, I can get a free Big Mac with any $1 purchase. To be fair, most of my time was spent just trying to find like the perfect item to complement my Big Mac. I didn't want to spend too much.
I think the McDonald's is very clever with their advertisements, like 2 for 1 and all of these meter where you are collecting the points and then don't have to spend it to get some bigger reward afterwards, and you are competing with the other people for it. Yeah, that's clever. That's nice.
I just wanted to spend as little as I could. And why are chicken McNuggets $3.19? In no world is a chicken McNugget almost worth $1 per nugget. I just got a small drink instead. When I checked out, I could actually use my credit card through Google Pay, which makes me question Arby's even more. And the time it took me to order was 3:16, except I started the timer a little late, so I'm actually just gonna add another minute to that, but 4:16, and I also got the best deal. No deal from Arby's, no deal from Wendy's, but I did get the quickest time and the best deal from McDonald's. This isn't a sponsor by McDonald's or anything. This isn't paid promotion. They just have the best fast food app.
I think
you win, McDonald's. You win. And my reward for getting McDonald's
he would like to be
Big
sponsored
Mac
from the McDonald's.
Eaten in my life. I haven't had Arby's for like 10 years, and I was not expecting this, but they do have the best fast food burger out of the 3 I tried.
That's really rough.
I wasn't expecting that either, but maybe we're too hard on Arby's or something. They seem to actually have like, I've never had a bad Arby's experience. But I also have another question. When am I ever going to use the Arby's app ever again? Because like I have an entire home screen of fast food apps just cluttering up my phone now. I don't want like a gigabyte's worth of fast food on my phone just so I can order from these places like once a year. And for the case of Arby's, like once every 5 years. I don't need all of these apps on my phone just so I can order something that I can just order through the drive-thru. But I mean, if you really do want a one-stop shop for all of these fast food apps, I guess you could use DoorDash if you want to pay $20 for the same Big Mac that I got for $159.
This cancer is dense.
Apps, do I really have to sign up just so I can order? Like just regularly order. I don't have to do that for Domino's. I can can just
remember
order
this
Domino's
one
regularly,
from
and
the
then I can go into the store
2021 or
and buy it
something.
there. I purchase it at the Domino's, and then I leave the Domino's with a hot, delicious pizza. Like, these apps don't really serve to be convenient alternatives as much as they serve as sunk cost fallacies because, oh, well, I spent this much time trying to get $2 off an Arby's meal. I guess I'll just keep going at this point. Don't get me wrong, a good deal is a good deal, but it comes at the expense of taking up so much time to get a deal. Firstly, if you actually want to save money from these places, the amount of stuff you can actually buy significantly decreases. If you want like a fish fillet from McDonald's, you're gonna have to pay full price because they never have deals on fish fillets. This is the point where someone screenshots their like stupid fucking coupon and they say, oh, actually it's right here, my deal's right here. Yeah, you got one deal
Fish
for fish fillet.
sauce.
Cool. If you want food that's cheap and convenient now, you're going to have to make a choice between cheap or convenient. And also, whenever I order from McDonald's, there's always a pop-up that says, oh, do you want something a little extra? Do you want a little coffee? Maybe you want a little french fry, little boy. A small fry is $2.69. That's like 10 cents a fry. But if you want to save money through these apps, you have to spend so much more time to be cost efficient rather than just like buying whatever you want. Because it's one thing to order from McDonald's. It's another to get a deal from McDonald's, but it's a completely different ballpark to get the best deal from McDonald's. I have found an entire rabbit hole of channels where they just have entire stat sheets pulled up of like what is the best thing to buy from McDonald's at like what point range or whatever. And it's kind of stuff you can calculate in your head pretty fast. I'm not gonna lie. Like, yeah, if you get a free cheeseburger for 1,500 points rather than a small fry, yeah, you kind of save more money that way. But this comes at a larger issue. In order to like actually get good deals at McDonald's, it comes at the cost of having to be your own personal accountant for food. And I'm just gonna be honest, at that point, it's just cheaper to cook. I know this is the solution to everything I'm talking about in this video, but it is just cheaper to cook food.
Of course it's cheaper to cook, but actually in US, I'm sure because I've heard the info that it's easier to buy the cooked food in the US, but I'm not 100% sure in this. But of course, if you will cook food yourself in the most places, it will be cheaper, but it's cheaper by the money, but it's way more demanding by your energy, so you have to choose which kind of effort you will pay for the cooking the food. But yeah, it will be way cheaper to just cook some grechka and chicken fillet. Actually, I want to cook the grechka soon. Yeah, I ran out of food recently.
Even if it costs more to buy all the raw ingredients first, it's still infinitely cheaper than getting
Grechka
fast
means
food. Like the other
buckwheat.
night, I made a grilled cheese sandwich with sourdough and 3 different
same.
types of cheeses. It is delicious, and guess what? I also made a tomato soup with it. And the total amount of money the ingredients cost me is probably around $11. Like, I want to look deeper into the fast food app world, but also at the same time, I understand there is a way more immediate solution to all of this, which is to just cook your own food. And it almost makes you wonder, like, what is even the point of any of these apps? For this video, I was going to use the Jersey Mike's app because I actually do enjoy Jersey Mike's sort of like as like an indulgent little thing. I was navigating the menu, I was looking at all of the options,
like
and
the
I was just
Subway.
thinking to myself, what if I just went to Jersey Mike's and ordered my sandwich there? And that's exactly what I did. Yes, when I tried to order, the people got my name wrong, but I wasn't even mad about that. If anything, I was just glad to slow down and be in an environment where I could socialize with people. I actually had like a little small talk with the cashier. We talked a couple of things, and you know what? It was just a nice experience that I wouldn't have had otherwise if I just used the app. I haven't really talked about this yet, but these apps make me feel so alone. I don't know how to explain it. When I go into these restaurants, it is like the emptiest feeling ever. Like, it's not like I'm going to talk with anyone inside of the restaurant, but there's just like this weird pit in my stomach when I go into a restaurant and it's just completely empty inside. Like when I was recording this video, all of the restaurants I went
Yeah, that's really weird and really kind of bad when you are just when you bought something in the restaurant which is supposed to fill your stomach, and you have to be full after it, after consuming this thing. Just after consuming it, you are feeling empty. That's fucked up, and that's making the food consumption process is meaningless, basically. Just you have to feel full.
Physically were just so empty, and I hated it. I really did, and it filled me with so much dread, and it was depressing, and I don't want to go back in there because I just like ordering from places physically, and I kind of understand the importance of like being around people, even if it means like a 15-second encounter where I talk to a cashier. Like with these apps, I feel like business model I've been seeing lately. Why buy an
Okay,
Just order for your meal, or just use the kiosk instead, okay? Stop talking to people, don't interact with people anymore. The inside of these McDonald's are so alone. It's depressing to be inside of them, and I almost feel like that's a little intentional. Make the building more gray, the inside's just like really dark inside for some reason, but not like atmospheric, just miserable. There's even like a new establishment from McDonald's called Cosmics, which is meant to be like their version of Starbucks. You can't even go inside of Cosmics, you have to go through a drive-thru. There's no way to like sit down and consume whatever you just had at Cosmics, and it makes fast food all that much worse of an experience. Maybe I want to sit down and eat at my own leisure, but it's just so fucking depressing inside of a McDonald's now. You know what? I just don't want to eat there anymore. I say that, but I got fucking hotcakes for breakfast this morning. They weren't even that good. I keep falling for it. I keep thinking it's gonna taste better than it really does. I mean, there's like a slight vanilla flavor in there. Order it there. It's gonna be hot and ready. There's not gonna be sitting there for like 10 minutes on someone's counter, just wasting space. If you're trying to stay healthy, probably avoid, you know, any food I mentioned in this video, because even the stuff I cook, even the grilled cheese, I put so much butter on that sandwich. It was delicious, but
yeah, of course, you should avoid it. Okay, thanks for watching. I'm ending the stream right now.